I'm Ankita. I'm a science teacher in Faber Public School. Today I'm here to teach you online classes. So let's start it.
Student, I hope you all are safe at your home. Today we discuss at chapter number 5, that is a fundamental unit of life. This chapter I can divide into two parts. In first part we can discuss about the cell, their types of cells on the basis of the number, on the basis of the materials and the different components of the cells. In second part we can discuss about the cell organelles. Now it's the first part, the fundamental unit of life is cell. You all know that cell is a basic structural and functional unit of the life. All the tissues, organ systems are made up of the cell. Like the cell organization, cells, a group of cells forms a tissue and tissue forms an organ, then organ forms an organ system, means organ, human body. So first question arises that how the cell discover? Cell discover kaise hua? In 1665, Robert Hooke examined the thin slice of cork through the self-designed microbes. रॉबर्ट हुक ने इन 1665 में एक कॉर्क ऑफ द प्लांट, लाइक कॉर्क ऑफ अ स्लाइस ऑफ अ कॉर्क इज कॉल्ड अ छल, प्लांट की छल को एग्जामिन किया अपने सेल्फ डिजाइन माइक्रोब्स में. और व्हाट ही ऑब्जर्व लाइक अ हनी कॉम. उसने ऑब्जर्व किया कि वो किसका बना, एक हनी कॉम, लाइक इट्स अ सेल is a compartment, it's a different compartments, and one compartment is called a cell. So cell is a basic structural function and unit of life. And next is the various cells in human body. In our human body also cells are present, like blood cells, fat cells, bone cells, muscle cells, neuron cells, and ovum. Ovum means egg. In all these the cells are present. Now we can discuss about the types of organisms on the basis of number of cells. Types of organism. We have two types of organisms on the basis of the cells, like unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Uni, from its name, it's clear that uni means single. The organisms in which only single cell is present, only one cell is present, is called a unicellular organism. They can digest and egestion through only the one cell. All the activities of the body performed with only one cell. This is called a unicellular organisms, like amoeba and paramecium and bacteria. Next is multi. Multi means many. The body, the organism which have many types of cells are called the multicellular organisms. All the activities of the body are divided by the different types of cells. Each cell performs their specific activity, like humans, trees, and animals. Next, what is a cell made up of? Cell made up of means cell kiska bana hai, which component cell? Cell is made up of three main components like cell membrane, plasma membrane, and nucleus and cytoplasm. First, we discuss about the cell membrane. Cell membrane is also called a plasma membrane and plasma lemma. It is a boundary of the each cell which separates the cytoplasm from surrounding. For example, this is a cell, this is a nucleus, and cytoplasm. Cell membrane is this. They differentiate. Cytoplasm को boundary act as a boundary. Cytoplasm का इसके साथ surroundings means environment के साथ उसको separate out करता है. This is the surroundings means environment. This is cytoplasm, and cell membrane act as a boundary. Next is a present in both plant cells as well as in animal cells. It is made up of proteins and lipids. It is selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means they allow and exit the some selectively material, which are they use, not the harm of all the materials they don't allow to enter and not allowed to exit. Only the useful materials allowed to enter and exit. This means it's called a selectively permeable membrane. It is flexible and can be folded and broken into the reunited. ये folded होती है, broken भी हो जाती है, reunite मतलब दोबारा बन भी जाती है. Like in animal cells, oxygen is in and carbon dioxide is out. And in plant cell, oxygen out and carbon dioxide in. Next है movement of substance. अब movement कैसे होती है substance की? We can discuss the in and out of the cell. But how they can move? These are two different processes, diffusion and osmosis. In diffusion, it's a spontaneous movement from high concentration to the low concentration. For example, there's a one bowl of the water. There's only 2 liter water and there's a 4 liter water outside. If there is a low concentration from 2 to 4, that is called diffusion. From low concentration to the high concentration is called the diffusion. Next is we discuss the osmosis. Osmosis means there is a movement of particles, water molecules, but through a semi-permeable membrane. Means through the plasma membrane. अगर वो selectively materials आ रहा है, मतलब they allow an exit on a selectively material, that is through the osmosis, and they may be from high to low or from low to high. Next, types of solution on the basis of concentration. Types of solution: hypertonic, isotonic, and hypertonic. First, we discuss the hypertonic. Concentration of the solution outside the cell is less than the inside. Due to this, cell lose the water and shrink. For example, this is a cell. What is it? Concentration of the solution outside the cell. Outside means environment में 2 है and is less than inside the cell. जो उसकी outside की concentration है वो less है as compared to inside. Inside में आपकी 1 है. Concentration of the solution outside the cell is less than inside. इसमें अगर inside आपकी 3 है और outside आपकी 2 है, कम है, तो due to this cell lose the water, तो इसमें से water बाहर जाएगा. For example, again I repeat you, this is a cell. In this cell surrounding 3 liter and outside is 2 and there is a less water and the water is go from high to low. When they lose the water, the cell become shrink and they lose the water. This is a hypertonic solution. Next is isotonic. Isotonic means equal concentration. Outside be 2 and inside be 2. There is a no shrinkage and no swell up. Last is hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution in this cell. So confusing part is this: hypertonic out inside more as compared to outside. Hypotonic in this 2 and 3. Inside low and outside more. Water goes from high to low. For example, your mother, when you have to make the rajma or chane, they dip in the water for overnight and after in the morning they make it. Why? Because when we dip in the water from outside to go inside, water grow from you. When you dip in the water from outside to inside, and all the rajma and chane will spill up. Means water enters from high concentration to the low concentration. Next is cell wall. Cell wall is only the outer covering present in the plant cells. Cell membrane and plasma membrane is present in both plant cell as well as in animal cells. But the cell wall only present in the plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. It is a porous. Porous means it have some pores and it is made up of the cellulose. Cell wall of 2 cells are joined by a layer of lamella. For example, this is the 2 cells joined by a membrane that is called a lamina. इसके functions क्या है? What is the functions of a cell wall? It provides definite shape to the cell, strength to the cell, permeable and allow substance of different sizes. Permeable. Permeable means allow करती है. It is made up of a cellulose. किसकी बनी है? Cellulose की बनी है. Next part, that is a nucleus. Main part. Nucleus है headquarter of the cell and it directs control all the activities of the cell. Cell में कोई भी काम करता है तो वो किसके थ्रू होता है? Nucleus के थ्रू होता है. Like in our human body is the brain main part. Like this in the plant or animal cells, the main part is the nucleus. In nucleus is the DNA present. DNA contains the chromosomes and DNA is the full form of deoxyribose nucleic acid, and the chromosome carry the information from one generation to the another generation. Next are types of cells on the basis of the number. Material. On the basis of material, 2 types of cells: prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are those cells in which nucleus is present, in which nucleus is absent. Prokaryotic cells are those cells in which nucleus is absent, and eukaryotic cells are those cells in which nucleus is present. Next and third and last part, it's a cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, the liquid part present in the cell organelles, is called a cytoplasm. The aqueous, the liquid part, cytosol, and the cell organelles, internal organs, the cell responsible for to do the various activities, like is called a cell organelles. In next part, we can discuss about the cell organelles. Thank you. Yes, student. Now we discuss about our second part. This is cell organelles. Like in our human bodies, the different organs are present, like lungs, heart, kidneys. There's a different organs are present. Same as it is in cell, there's a different organelles are present. Organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, mitochondria, plastids, and vacuoles. Endoplasmic reticulum in short is called a ER. One by one, we can discuss through these organelles, and I hope you all understand these organelles. First is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of the membranes present in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm में इसकी membranes present हैं. They are two types in eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are those cells in which nucleus is present. ER, endoplasmic reticulum, is two types, that is a smooth and rough. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is made up of tubules. It helps for manufacturing of fat molecules, steroids, lipids, and in ribosomes are absent. What are they called? Ribosomes. Ribosomes, like this is your endoplasmic reticulum. On the surface sometimes is a present that is called a ribosome. In the second part that is a rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is made up of vesicles and manufacturing of proteins. Ribosomes are called the protein factories of the cell. It is made up of the helps in manufacturing of proteins. Means that in this the ribosomes are present on its surface. Next organelle is the functions of ER. Functions of ER is a transport material between the cytoplasm and nucleus. It provides space for biochemical activities. It helps in synthesis of fats, steroids, and cholesterol, etc. It helps in detoxification of poisonous products. Detoxification of poisonous products means they can convert the harmful products into the useful products. Some of the proteins and lipids help in building of cell membrane, and the process is called a membrane biogenesis. They help in formation of the membrane. That's why it's called a membrane biogenesis. Next part is Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, next organelle is, it is a system of tubules and membrane-bound vesicles arranged parallel to each other. It's called a cisternae. Two membranes are parallel to each other and arranged parallel, and stalks are called the cisternae. These are called the cisternae. Next है इसके functions. What are the functions of the Golgi apparatus? Lipids and proteins synthesized in ER are packed at the Golgi complex. जो packed होते हैं lipids and proteins ER में एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में जो फॉर्मेशन होती है उसको पैक्ड कौन करता है? गोल्गी कॉम्प्लेक्स. ट्रांसपोर्ट मटेरियल्स, इट हेल्प्स इन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ मटेरियल इनसाइड एंड आउटसाइड द सेल्स. हेल्प इन फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मिडल लेमिला. मिडल लेमिला मीन्स इन बिटवीन. Next is lysosomes. Lysosomes are also called as suicidal bags. Why they called as suicidal bags? Because they contain some type of digestive enzyme which they digested. For example, this is your cell and this is the lysosome and enter the foreign material. Skewer form is the foreign material. Lysosome, what they do? They digest their foreign material and they get disappear. Means they digest the foreign material, so that they call the suicidal bags. The main function is also this one, they digest the foreign material. Next is mitochondria. Mitochondria is the main, this is called a powerhouse of the cell. Why they called a powerhouse of the cell? Because they give energy to the cell, to all the activities by the mitochondria. But they give energy in the form of ATP. What is the ATP? ATP is the adenosine triphosphate. ATP is the adenosine triphosphate, and they provide energy to the cell to perform all the activities. And where they generate this ATP? In which organelle? In the mitochondria. We can discuss the structure of the mitochondria like this. You can see the structure of mitochondria. It's a double layered. Ribosomes are present. It's an outer membrane and inner membrane. DNA is present, and just some folds that is called the cristae. Next is plastids. Plastids are present in plant cell. They have on their DNA. इनके पास अपना DNA है. There are three types of plastids. Leucoplast, that is white in color and found in underground parts. And the second is chromoplast, that is a red and brown, and chloroplast, that is green in color, found in aerial parts. Aerial parts, the parts which are present in air. And next is functions. Chloroplast and chromoplast helps in photosynthesis. Leucoplast act as a storage of some oils, some proteins, granules, etc. Next is vacuoles. Vacuole simply says a empty structure. Empty structure which helps the formation, which helps in storage of food material. जो plant और animal cell को food को store करती है, that is called the vacuoles. The vacuoles are small sized in animal cells. In plant cells there is a large vacuoles, and they store the food material in plant cell in the form of starch, and in animal cell in the form of glycogen. Act as a storage materials, important role in expelling out the excess water. Expelling out means बाहर निकालना ज़्यादा पानी को. I hope you all try to understand this one topic. Thank you.